Good morning. My name is Kathy Williams. I use the pronouns she, her, and I would love it if you would rise in body and or spirit and join me in singing hymn number 331. Life is the greatest gift of all the riches on this earth. Life and its creatures, great and small, of high and lowly birth. So treasure it and measure it with deeds of shining worth. Mind is the brightest gift of all, its thought no barrier mars. It seeks creation's hidden plan, its quest surmounts all bars. It rains the wind, it chains the storm, it weighs the outmost stars. We are of life, its shining gift, the measure of all things. Up from the dust our temples lift, our vision soars on wings. For seed and root, for flower and fruit, our grateful spirit sings. Thank you.
Good morning. Welcome to Community Unitarian Universalist Congregation at White Plains. I am Al Roki, and my pronouns are he and him. Reverend Danielle will not be with us this morning. I, along with Kathy Williams and Andres Otero, will lead the worship. This is our covenant. With open hearts and minds, we covenant together to shape our congregation with love, acceptance, patience, and respect. In relationship, we covenant to explore life's questions across all our generations. We covenant to work together for justice in our world and in service to our community, and to pledge as we can to our CUUC community. In relationship, we covenant to call ourselves to account to one another, and to engage in dialogue so that we hear, we are heard, and we better understand. We hold ourselves to these ideals, and each day we begin again with love. Those watching on Zoom can find an order of service on our website, cuucwp.org. For those here in person, if you have not already done so, please silence your phones. If you are new and visiting us online this morning, please take a moment to click the link in the chat and fill out the visitor form and let us know how you'd like to be connected. If you're new and visiting in person, we invite you to stop by the welcome table and say hello. Part of being in a community is sharing our lives with one another. All are invited to share our joy or sorrow in our milestones book on the table by the south window. For those on Zoom, please follow the prompts in the chat to list joys or sorrows that will be shared by Reverend Danielle next week.
We arrive carrying the familiar ache of not enough. Not enough time, not enough rest, not enough certainty about what comes next. But here in the space between one breath and another, something small and persistent whispers, "You are held." We come from days that felt too ordinary to notice, commutes and meetings, dishes and deadlines, the unremarkable hours that make up most of living. But buried in the mundane lie small miracles we walk past without seeing. Some of us learn to count blessings on our fingers, others to whisper thanks to ancestors of earth or sky. We carry different languages of gratitude, different ways of recognizing what sustains us. All of them are welcome here. We begin our service in shared ritual, lighting our chalice, the symbol of our Unitarian Universalist tradition, And as we light our chalice up front, we invite our young people to light the chalices in the family area, and for you at home to light your chalice or a candle. Please join me in saying our chalice lighting today with words from the Reverend Julia Corbett Haymeyer. We come into this sacred space, this hallowed hour, made sacred by our presence and intention here. We come with deep gratitude for everyday blessings, for the dependable changing of the seasons as they follow one another, for smiles and waves and spoken greetings, for being with others in worship, for babies and puppies and kittens, and for the wisdom of the old, everyday blessings that sustain us every day. Please rise in body and or spirit again and join me in singing, "Come Thou Fount of Every Blessing." Come thou fount of every blessing, tune our hearts to sing thy grace. Streams of mercy never ceasing, call for songs of loudest praise. While the hope of life's perfection fills our hearts with joy and love, teach us ever to be faithful. May we still thy goodness prove. Come thou fount of every vision, lift our eyes to what may come. See the lion and the young lamb dwell together in thy home. Hear the cries of war silent, feel our love glow like the sun. When we all serve one another, then our heaven is begun. Come thou fount of inspiration, turn our lives to higher ways. Lift our gloom and desperation, show the promise of this day. Help us find ourselves in union, help our hands tell of our love. With thine aid, O fount of justice, earth be fair as heaven above. Thank you. Please be seated.
If any kids want to come up for the story, you're welcome to come sit right here. Yeah, go sit down with the kids. I think we have slides for this. Awesome, thank you. So it's always great to have a story because stories teach us things about other people's perspectives. This is called 10 Beautiful Things, and it was written by Molly Beth Griffin, illustrated by Maribel Lechuga. So Lily ran her finger across the Iowa map. An X marked Grandma's house on an empty patch of land. This was Lily's new home. Graham's car tires hummed against the pavement. Lily felt the vibration in her hollow chest. Let's try to find 10 beautiful things along the way, Graham said. You might already see some. Lily turned her eyes to the window. There's nothing beautiful here, she said. She struggled to fold the map so it nestled into itself just right. You'd be surprised, Graham said. And sure enough, at that very moment, the sun broke over the long horizon. Lily gasped. There's number 1, she cried. Right you are, Lily, said Graham. Fence posts rushed past. Graham flipped on the radio, trying to fill the silence. Lily felt complaints starting in her belly again, coming up her throat and nearly out of her mouth. But then Graham shouted, "Number 2!" A wind farm had sprouted in the field beside the freeway. Spinning windmill blades gleamed in the morning sun. Lily concentrated on the game and found number 3 real fast, a red-winged blackbird perched on a swaying stalk of last year's corn. It was dark and bright all at once, its beak wide open in a song they couldn't yet hear. Later, Graham signaled and turned the car onto a smaller road. 2 more highways to go, she said. Lily popped a handful of crackers into her mouth, but food didn't fill up her hollow places. Graham cracked her window, and in rushed air and sound and cold. They crossed a bridge, and Graham chose number 4, the gurgly sound of a melting creek. Lily dozed off. She woke up when Graham tapped her knee and pointed out a falling apart barn. "That's not pretty," Lily said. "That can't count." "We're not looking for pretty. We want beautiful," Graham said. So it stood, halfway to 10. At a rest area, Lily bounced out of the car while Graham stretched her creaky body. Lily picked number 6, the smell of mud, she said, inhaling. Graham shut her eyes and nodded slowly. "It's earthy and rich," she said. "I'd never really noticed." Lily breathed in the mud smell and focused on just that. It poured itself into some of the empty spaces in her. Back on the road again, the car seemed smaller. The humming in Lily had stopped, but her legs wanted to sprawl and her stomach was getting queasy. "We're on a roll now," Graham said, and she was right about that. 7 and 8 were easy. A cloud shaped like a swan, and a little brown calf that trotted beside the fence. Miles and miles later, they turned onto their last road, and the clouds began to draw close. The sky grew dark. The earth rumbled. Suddenly, the air exploded in bright flashes. Cloud banks traded lightning back and forth, showing off. "Number 9, Lily whispered. There was no room for other words. The storm took up the whole world, and it filled Lily up too. She was here with Graham, and for a whole minute, that was all that mattered. On they drove, almost there, not far now. When they'd been almost there for a long time, Graham braked, eased the car down a crumbling driveway, and parked in front of the farmhouse. "Here we be," she said, through the drum of the rain. "Home." "But we only made it to 9, Lily said, slumping in her seat. "Nope, 10 easy." Graham came around with the umbrella and Lily stepped out of the car. "We're 10, Graham said. Lily sank into her familiar hug. None of this was easy, but maybe it would never be easy. But she belonged with Graham now. She belonged here now. This place wasn't empty, and neither was she. I have snowflakes. So children, if you want to join me, we're going to do a snowflake activity in Fellowship Hall. If any adults would like to join, you're welcome to come and learn this beautiful shape. So we're going to process out.
May your mind be open to new learning. May your truth bring truth into the world. May your heart know love and your hands do the work of justice as you go your way in love.
As we gather in this place of unity and shared values, let us remember the impact we can make together. The generosity we show our neighbors is an important demonstration of the work we do as Unitarian Universalists. Every contribution is a testament to our collective dedication to creating a more equitable and compassionate world. Giving is one way we express our values. Your generosity, large or small, supports the ministries of this congregation and helps us nurture community beyond our walls, where care and connection can flourish. Our partner for November is Feeding Westchester. Feeding Westchester is the leading hunger relief organization in Westchester County, nourishing neighbors in the fight against hunger by distributing food and resources through hundreds of dedicated community partners. Their mission is to ensure that every person has access to food they need today while helping to build a better tomorrow. Thank you for your kindness and compassion, and for all the ways you help make CUUC and our world more welcoming to every living being.
For what shall we give thanks? The wheel of the year has turned again. Once more the Thanksgiving season arrived. How shall we sing our song of gratitude now? For what shall we give thanks? For this moment, for friends near and far, for our breath, for our love, for courage and clarity, for strength, for delight, for laughter, for beauty, for the tables round which we gather, for the food we enjoy with friends, seasoned with love and memory, for the sun and moon and stars in the sky, for the trees who have seen so much and still stand proud, stretching themselves to the sky, for the bright voices of children, for the wisdom of elders, for actions that bless the world, for hard work that makes a difference, for music and art and celebration, for generosity, for compassion, for endurance, for joy, for hope. For all these things we give thanks. In this spirit of gratitude and love, we hear what is on the hearts of our beloveds, both here and online. We share the joys, sorrows, and milestones of our community. We lift in love. We also lift into this love those joys, sorrows, milestones on our hearts and unshared this morning. May we join in a moment of quiet to breathe together, centering our hearts and our minds in the love of all gathered here. Amen. communion at the BP gas station. It was a little thing, really, this offer to fill my tire. I was unscrewing the valve cap and heard a voice behind me. "Here, I'll get that for you." "Oh, that's okay, I've got it," is what I normally say to such overtures, this knee-jerk reaction to refuse. I am the one who offers to help. I am the one who serves. Perhaps it was the eager spirit on his face or his brown eyes full of hopeful connection that caused me to say, "Okay." I felt the vibration of his unspoken benediction. "I can't do much for you, fellow weary traveler, but I can do this. Lay your burden down, and I will carry it for a bit." And I couldn't help but wonder how many times I have denied someone the blessing of serving because I have been too stubborn to accept their gift. As I was standing there in the sun-drenched gas station parking lot, the hiss and tick of the air pump sounded very much like a psalm. I watched his hands, a few shades lighter than that Goodyear rubber, filling more than just my tire with air, while goodness and grace swirled around us, stronger than the fumes of gasoline.
Many of us shared gratitudes this Thanksgiving. In our Journey Group package for this month, there are several practices for nurturing gratitude. I want to talk about a practice that wasn't in the package. Many of you know that I have a love of mathematics. And some of you may remember my using a math example in a reflection on how Unitarian Universalism differs from many other religions. I'm thankful that I developed a fascination, even in awe, for mathematics. Where did this fascination come from? Well, it certainly goes back to being a math major in college and going on to graduate school in math. But what led me to major in math? I can trace that to a math teacher I had in high school, a boarding high school near Boston. I can still remember the surprise and joy of being able to understand how Euclid's theorems in geometry followed one from another, and then to take them in unexpected directions. What was it about this high school math teacher that gave me this confidence in doing math? Well, first it was his own love of math, and then his expectation that I, a high school junior, could also do math. But how did I get to that high school math class? How did a working-class immigrant kid from New York City end up in a boarding school in Massachusetts? Well, I can trace that opportunity to a magnet middle school I went to in 7th and 8th grades. I am very thankful for the widening of my horizons from that middle school, for expanding my view at what was possible, and for leading me to a scholarship to that boarding school. And I can trace that gratitude further. I am thankful that I ended up in New York City so that I could go to that middle school, that my parents had the courage to emigrate from a small village in Italy to what must have been the frightening experience of a big city in a foreign land. And of course, I could go on tracing the gratitude to include what led my parents to making the decision to emigrate, and what led to that, and so on. But maybe I'll stop here for now. So thinking through a series of events that led to a current gratitude can lead to a whole series of events that you're grateful for. This connecting of gratitudes was the topic of a recent article in the New York Times, which described the gratitude practice of tracing a present-day gratitude back through all of the causes and conditions that gave rise to it. Thinking about all of the linkages related to gratitude can also remind us of how we're all connected to and dependent on each other. In the words of Martin Luther King Jr., we're all part of an inescapable network of humanity. And this network extends to the future as well. Our actions can lead to unexpected consequences for those around us. I now volunteer as a math tutor at Westchester Community College. Maybe my tutoring won't spark a love of math in my students, but hopefully it will make them math a bit less frightening. And maybe it could be a small part of a string of events leading to something that they're grateful for. And maybe many of our connections with others, both inside and outside of CUUC, can be the cause of creating more gratitude in our network of humanity. Thank you.
Good morning. When I told my life partner, Julia, sitting over there, say hello, babe, about the invitation to speak, she became very excited for me to share a family practice with you all this morning. It is a cool practice, and I'm happy to tell you about it. But the story of how our bedtime gratitude ritual came to feel real to me has been in the making for several years. I was laid off from a corporate job in 2017, and that led to long-year depression. During that time, I learned many techniques meant to help me cope or just get through the day: breath work, yoga, affirmations, meditation, and of course, gratitude. I had a gratitude journal. I opened my palms to the heavens before meals. I made sure to voice thanks for every kindness received. But it all felt a little bit like repeating a list of things I had and wanted to keep. Still, I didn't quite know or remember how gratitude felt. Fast forward a few years, I was meeting with my meditation teacher at a week-long silent retreat, and I was telling him about struggling to shake off a lingering dissatisfaction with where I was in life, even though I could cognitively recognize I had everything I needed to be happy. And yet, I was feeling stuck, thinking about the things that I didn't have, what I hadn't accomplished, and who I could have been if certain moments had played out differently. My mind was trapped in this contradictory loop, so the teacher gave me a very practical exercise. Set a timer for every hour for at least 7 days. When it goes off, recognize what you're doing or something you might be using. Then imagine a reality where that didn't exist. Visualize how that moment will be different and how that would make you feel. He had a pen he'd be using to draw ideas, and to show me what he meant, he held it up and said, "If the timer went off, I would imagine not having this pen now. I would have to disrupt our conversation and get up and look for another pen. And if I couldn't find one, I would have to go somewhere else looking for it. How inconvenient would that be? What if we didn't have the chairs where we're sitting right now? How would standing make this experience feel different? And so I went back home, I set up alarms on my smart Pixel watch, and did the exercise. The practice very quickly became a nuisance, but started to work. Stopping whatever I was doing every hour to visualize forced me to remember all that I took for granted. I spent a lot of time writing, so I started to invoke gratitude that my computer was working or that my writing was going well. When the reminder came while I was cooking, I was grateful for what we had in the fridge. At first, I started to recognize the absence of annoyance about not having something was in itself a reason for gratitude. And since the alarm interrupting my flow was annoying, I had a felt reference to draw from. Little by little, something started opening up. Gratitude went from an intellectual definition to a texture, a sensation in my body, and things began to shift. Annoyance at my wife's back-to-back calls in the next room turned into appreciation for the rare opportunity to work under one roof. Or when I'm really deep into creative work and I don't want to leave my chair to pick up our son from daycare, I can see how the anticipation to get back into it is a sign that I'm living from my passion. And so things that were already part of my life, the keyboard, the distractions, the food, started to gain a different meaning. I was remembering how to feel life anew. To quote the Soul Matters pamphlet some of you will be reading during journey groups, simply noticing a blessing is passive. Active gratitude involves changing one's life. Gratitude is a practice, not something we are born with. The visualization skill I learned now operates in the background, and with our son's bedtime ritual, it's easy to access. When it's time, we come together to his bed, use our thumb to signal how our day was, up, sideways, or down, and celebrate when they match. And then we say our gratefuls. The last few days have been different. My in-laws and adult children are visiting. So there has been a slightly larger gathering around Bodhi's bed. He's grateful for my cooking and everyone by his side, then calls out who goes next. What emerges is gratitude for this, for coming together. Soon everyone will go to their homes. These moments are temporary. All of life is. So we practice feeling gratitude for what is.
Thank you for sharing, Andres and Al. Really appreciate it. Please rise again in body and or spirit and join me in singing number 163. For the earth forever turning, for the skies for every sea, for our lives, for all we cherish, sing we our joyful song of peace. For the mountains, hills, and pastures in their silent majesty, for the stars, for all the heavens, sing we our joyful song of peace. For the sun, for rain and thunder, for the seasons' harmony, for our lives, green hills of earth. Thank you. Oh, before we close, I'd like to invite Janet Baer up to the podium. There she is.
Good morning. I am Janet Baer, chair of the music committee, going by the pronouns of she and her. And I'm also a member of the choir. With our Thanksgiving celebrations behind us and the holiday celebrations ahead of us and swiftly approaching, I have the pleasure of reminding you that next Sunday, 1 week from today, at 12:30, we have our Music at CUUC concert series titled A Holiday Menagerie. And there will be a variety of solos and duets and choral arrangements of holiday songs brought to you by members of the CUUC choir and friends. We will be singing a variety of songs from the Middle Ages to the present, and it includes music from the Charlie Brown Christmas special and The Grinch, a worm you'll get in your head. And we'll also sing in a variety of languages. There'll be something for everyone, and we encourage you to stay and attend. Specifics are on the poster in the hall if you need more specifics. Between the end of service and the concert, we will have a potluck brunch. So please plan on staying and plan on bringing a dish to share, and include a list of ingredients with your dish so that congregants will know what's in it, and if they have restrictions, they'll follow their restrictions. So next Sunday, you're encouraged to come to the service and stay through the concert, and bring a potluck item for the brunch. So we hope to see you there. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, and thank you for being with us today. Let's take a moment to turn around and wave to those joining us online this morning. Hello. Our weekly e-communitarian and RE newsletters offer many details of activities here at CUUC, and we hope you can take a moment to discover all the interesting offerings awaiting you within our community. Today, also, the Hunger and Homelessness team is collecting donations to purchase gift cards for approximately 200 school-aged children at the Coachman Family Center, a local shelter for families experiencing homelessness. Stop by the table just outside the doors, mail checks to CUUC with the memo Coachman gift cards, or donate via our website. You can contact J.C. Good with questions. Also, this Friday, December 5th, because remember, this is the last day of November, so this Friday is December 5th. All are invited to a worship service Friday night at 7 p.m. to hold space for grief and love at this time of year. It has been a gift to be together today. After we all sing our parting music, because we're going to sing another hymn, please spend a few minutes talking with someone you don't know. Escort each other to coffee hour and other events, and may we all know the blessings of friendship.
Please join me in extinguishing our chalices with words from Barbara Cheatham. For those of you online, please extinguish your chalice at home with us. And now we take our leave. Before we gather here again, may each of us bring happiness into another's life. May we each be surprised by the gifts that surround us. May each of us be enlivened by constant curiosity. And may we remain together in spirit till the hour we meet again. Our worship is over. Our service begins. Go in peace and know that you are loved.
For all that is our life, which we are called to use to build the common good and make our own days glad. For needs which others serve, for services we give, learn, for fearful hours that pass, we come with praise and thanks. For all that is our life, for all that is our life, we sing our thanks and praise. For all life is a gift which we are called to use to build the common good and make our own days glad. All that is our life, we sing our thanks and praise. For all life is a gift which we are called to use to build the common good and make our own days glad. See you next Sunday.